like, you don't need to know how to do everything, but you do need to know enough to be dangerous. And I think with marketing, it's so important that every business owner, whether they want to do it themselves forever, that they know enough to be dangerous, because otherwise people will just mess around. And
That's
sometimes,
true.
not always, but sometimes they can mess around, or you don't know how to guide them. And as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, that's what we're supposed to do.
What was your process for like getting leads prior to January?
Oh, that's such a fun story to tell.
You're trying to nurse this baby at 2 a.m. and you're like, I can't freaking figure this out. That is the number one thing that's most important to me and my team, is that every single person is the priority. Like, that's what we want you to feel. What were revenue numbers prior to working together versus revenue numbers-ish now?
This is going to make me get emotional again.
Oh, God. Today on the podcast, you're getting to meet someone so special to me. She's actually a client of mine, Amber Ginn. She has the Latch Link. So she is a lactation consultant that has grown an incredible business. I'm going to let Amber introduce herself. So Amber, tell us about you, your business. I want to hear it all.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, I run the Latch Link, which is a virtual lactation practice serving moms all across the U.S. We provide insurance-covered care to moms in the areas of breastfeeding, infant feeding. Really, I like to think of our business as being connection first and breastfeeding second. We're really there to just support moms and give them someone in their corner so they can really just reach their goals, whatever they are.
It's so special. So Amber, how did you find me?
An ad, pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure too, because you ended up showing up in January at the event that I hosted, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I remember I must have seen one ad and then literally like everywhere. I'm like, okay, I can't, either this is a sign from God or something, because I didn't know about ads. I'm like, this must be like what I have to do, because it's everywhere.
What's so funny is how many people tell me that the ads were God. And I'm like, you know what? God, I just want to say thank you for like putting this ad in front of this person. Yeah. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. But it is really funny because people often do say it's a sign, but I'm glad that I'm so grateful that we met. So at the in-person event that I did in January of 2025 this year, you were there. And was your husband there with you on that one?
It was just
that
me.
one was you. Yep. Oh, and he came with you to the book launch party after that.
He did, yeah.
I remember. Okay. So we met there and Amber joined the mastermind. And then I guess from there, you and I had a couple conversations, and ultimately we ended up having a VIP day.
Yes.
So which means for the VIP day, I got to learn so much about Amber's business, and it's just not just me; it was my team. We got to like audit everything that you were doing. But I wanted to ask you, because if you're listening to this right now, you're about to get to hear like how special it is what Amber has achieved with her business, and I feel like you're going to feel so inspired. And the reason that you're going to hear in a minute that Amber is so dang successful is, number one, because of how much she cares about what she does. Number two, because of how good she is at what she does. And number three, how quick she is to invest in herself and just take action. She doesn't just hear an idea and think about it for 6 months. She hears an idea. If it makes sense, she just goes for it. And so I'm really excited to share her results because they are so good. And I actually think there's things I don't even know yet that I can't wait to get updated on with you growing the team and things. So before we talk about the ads result, because I can't wait to share it with everybody, did you have hesitation before you bought the mastermind?
Honestly, no. And I think that's more because of the type of person I am. Maybe I know some people, they are emotional buyers and other people are logical. I'm very much like, if I feel like something's right, I'm going to do it. I don't dilly-dally on things like that. So it's just right in there.
Okay, so my question, I love that so much. I'm similar. But I want to ask you, what was it that had you say this is the right decision for me?
Well, I mean, just framing it as like, if this could help me make an additional, X amount of money of what I was putting into it, like, would it be worth it? Like, do I think that I have the ability to get at least that value out of it? Because I trusted your ability based on how you'd presented yourself, and then being able to compare it against like, do I think I'll be able to get this value out of it? And then it was like a no-brainer, because I was like, I'm certain that across my entire business, I'll get this investment back 100%.
Oh my gosh. Did you always think like that?
No, not always. But like as an entrepreneur, I definitely have developed that. My husband's big into investing, and so that's inspired me a lot for sure, to think of things as like, what are you going to get out of it across time, rather than just being, just what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. Because if you're trying to do something big, you can't think like that.
That is so true. Amber, I had someone actually get upset with me and my team because they had spent $37 and hadn't gotten a sale yet.
Oh, no.
It is like the night and day of like who you are. Like you just think more about over the long term, like, will this pay back? And granted, we're about to hear how it is paid back for you, very much so, sooner than, I don't know. I guess that was my question. Did you have a timeline in your head of like how soon this could work for you?
No, I guess not. No, because I like to show up to stuff that I don't really understand what's going to happen with like as much of an open mind as I can. I'm a human and I definitely have expectations and get disappointed,
Totally.
obviously. But I was like, I don't really know what could happen, so I really had no idea. I was just I'd invested in something with Russell Brunson, and I was like, okay, if I can make this back across the year, and I was actually able to make it back pretty soon. So I think I had that in my system of like I'd already invested, it had gone well. Just investing in trustworthy people who have a good track record. And I was like, okay, well, if this could be similar across a year, if I give myself a year, by the time in, the next January, I should be able to make it back. Across time, I know for sure I'll have the value back. So yeah, I was open-minded.
I feel like one of my favorite things that you just said is like, you keep saying like you investing like in you, like you knew that you could get the value out of it. Like, whereas some people think, can that person give the value to me?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But you were like, can I get the value out of this scenario? Like, it's just how you thought about it was different.
Yeah, no, I definitely think, there's only so much we can rely on other people at the end of the day. And really, as a business owner, I like to think of it as like, my tool belt of skills. I don't want to be reliant. I love you and you're very talented, but I don't want to be reliant on anyone else to do things for me. I want to be able to equip myself, even if it's not something that I want to do forever. It's just good to, I went to the Alex Hormozy acquisition, what is it, the scaling workshop.
Yes.
Yeah, and they were like, you don't need to know how to do everything, but you do need to know enough to be dangerous. And I think with marketing, it's so important that every business owner, whether they want to do it themselves forever, that they know enough to be dangerous, because otherwise people will just mess around. And
That's
sometimes,
true.
not always, but sometimes they can mess around, or you don't know how to guide them. And as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, that's what we're supposed to do.
It is. You the information that you don't have costs you something eventually.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it's your time and frustration with outsourcing something, because most people say, I am too busy to learn this. And so you decided that you wanted to learn it. So in my opinion, it should either be you, the entrepreneur, or someone on your team.
Definitely.
If you had someone on your team, you might have passed that to them.
Right, yeah.
But like you wanted the equity of this skill in your own, like,
For sure,
like
exactly.
in your house, basically.
Definitely.
That's cool. So, all right. So Amber comes to the event. What was your process for like getting leads prior to January?
Oh, that's such a fun story to tell. Okay,
Tell me.
Literally, I would go on all these different mom forums and pretty much, and I'm just going to use this word because that's what it felt like harass these new moms to be like, please let me help you. It's free, and I know what I'm doing. Just like, please. And it was funny because a lot of people would be like, no, because they weren't really looking for that. And if someone's not like, hey, can you help me? It's hard to sell them on things.
Yes.
But that's how I was getting my leads. I would just find women who were posting about needing help, and I would be like old school Mary Kay, like, can I help you?
Wow.
It felt very like MLM kind of an energy.
Facebook group.
Yeah, yes.
Getting.
Like, hey girl, let me help you with this kind of a vibe. And then, I did build my business to a pretty good spot with that, but it was exhausting. And it was, just so like draining to be like, please let me help you, when they weren't really asking. And so it was not sustainable across time, for sure. I was getting burnt out towards the end. I was like, this is not my favorite way to acquire leads.
I did not know that was the case.
Literally.
How happy are you that you don't have to do that anymore?
Oh, it's the best. It's so awesome. Waking up in the morning, knowing that my inbox is full of appointments. Google, it's between it and Jesus what happens, but like it's consistent across time. But yeah, waking up knowing that there were people who were looking for me, typically in the middle of the night. Bless those women's hearts. Like so many of our appointments come in at like 2 a.m. knowing that they were there. And that we were there when they needed us, and I didn't have to bother them, and they didn't have to, go out of their way. It's such a blessing. I'm so grateful.
That's so true. You're trying to nurse this baby at 2 a.m. and you're like, I can't freaking figure this out. I've said this on the podcast before, but one thing that was important to me is I told myself, no matter what, I think this body is capable of creating this milk. I was like, is it the easiest thing sometimes to get it into the baby? No, there's challenges and you need support. I had a lactation consultant come to me at post-delivery and just like sit with me. And I met with her a couple times. And I'm like, that is the reason I was able to have both of my babies breastfed. I breastfed them till I wanted to make it till a year. Yeah. Now I did mix some breastfeeding with pumping, but it was all like we did it.
Yeah.
And I just know beyond a shadow of a doubt, if I hadn't had an expert help me, I know that I couldn't have done it on my own. I was like getting hysterical too, because when you need it, you need it. Like you don't have time to, then you're milked, and then all the stuff that can happen. Like we were having some issues, and I was like, this cannot go on. And thank God I had someone. But like I know that feeling of saying you need it when you need it, and the fact that you are findable now for those people is such a gift, not only for your business and your family, but those moms. Like you're helping so many more moms.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. Like literally so many more. Like it's a factor of a lot more.
Yeah, we're gonna talk some numbers in a minute. You have some numbers in your mind?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. Yeah,
I'm excited. Okay, so you were there. And how did that, I guess this is the question I'm going to ask the pre and the post. Like, how did you feel having to make that your method? Like, what were you feeling as a business owner having to kind of...
Desperate for sure. It did not feel like the right way to be doing it. It was like this, I know what I have is valuable and this isn't the right way to be doing it. I was glad it was working and I was making beautiful connections with people. Literally, we'll probably talk about it later. My first employee I hired was a previous client. So I definitely made great connections. It happened the way it was supposed to happen, but it was not sustainable. Like I was feeling very burnt out and I felt like I was showing up in a very desperate energy of trying to convince people of why I was valuable. And that was just not sustainable across time.
No, I understand that too. And it's hard because you just want people to know that you can help them. But it's like, this is what you got to do because you're trying to put food on it. We're trying to pay for our own stuff, you know, at the beginning. Yeah. Okay, so that's where you were. So you joined the mastermind. How quickly from the time that you started the mastermind did you kind of get your first ads up?
So I started in January and, you know, just for context, I was definitely like a solopreneur. I can do everything myself. And my husband's like, I believe that you can. I don't know if that's what you want to do though. So I was like very much trying to do things. So it was hard for me to find the time to really invest in getting through the different modules and whatnot. But I booked the VIP day with you for the 1st of May, I believe it was. Yeah,
you went back and forth on that for a minute.
I did go back and forth.
What were you thinking about as you go, like, honestly?
Yeah. So again, definitely it was that like, and I think it's like an ego thing of like, I can do it myself. I don't actually need this. Like I'll be able to find the time eventually. And then I had a very real moment of like, no, I'm not. Like if I do this, like, and I'm like, I think how Macy was saying it, like I work in sprints, I think she said, like, I was like, I know if I book this VIP day, I have to get through the first 4 modules.
Totally.
So and that was the fire for that. So I was definitely back and forth of like, should I just go ahead and, you know, figure it out on my own? Should I do this? Because the course is awesome and it has everything that you need. But, you know, got to check for speed sometimes. Yes. So I was definitely thinking in that mindset. So that was what made me be like, and again, framing it like, okay, if I know that this will make me back my investment, like, do I believe that it'll make me back my investment across, you know, the longevity of my business? Like, of course. 100%. Yeah.
I think, and you've heard this before, but I truly believe, and I say that because I've experienced it. When you pay attention.
Oh, yeah.
And like you paid. And so you were like, okay, now we have to do this. And you did. And you showed up for the VIP day and you, in my opinion, spoke the language. We didn't have to waste time with me being like, here's what a Google campaign is. You were like, you had already had the foundation. And I know we said it during the day, but you agreed that like that was a good, important piece so that we could actually do more strategy and not just talk about, I didn't want you to learn in that day. I wanted you to like be ready to earn pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a day that felt like pure execution, not like any kind of, oh, here's this and this. Because like I think the analogy you're making about going to Spain or whatnot, like you can have a little guidebook and try to go back and forth, but it's so much easier if you're at least like conversational. You don't have to be an expert,
but I give this example. I'm like, hey, why go to Spain without ever having picked up a Spanish textbook? Versus how cool it'd be to go to Spain and like experience it if you'd actually read the textbook, studied, been to class, gotten feedback. And so that's why I ask and actually require that before we do those days. That you did the homework. So let's talk about, we sat down, we implemented on Google Ads, Meta Ads. What has happened since that day?
Well, first of all, you caught that I had one keyword that was eating up like all of my money. So that was pretty illuminating. I was like, wow, I spent all this money on this one person. Like that was not awesome.
Yes.
But yeah,
and imagine, that's like such a good point because I forgot. Imagine all the people that actually have a Google campaign and even think that they learned the free way on YouTube, but they still miss some of the like details that like only an expert can like pick out.
Right.
Because like you had done it, but like having the outside perspective, boom.
Oh yeah, it would have cost me thousands of dollars across time, like a lot.
I was happy and sad when I found it. I was like, good news, bad news. Bad news, you did spend money on not the right thing. Good news is we're going to change it.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay. Is, you know, spending money to learn something is fine. That's totally okay. But yeah, no, that was super illuminating, and we got so much done that day. It was crazy. I didn't really have, again, I didn't know what to expect, but we got so much done. It was amazing.
It was, and my team was there, so you got to experience team. You know Meredith.
Yeah, Meredith's the
What's it been like before we share like the true like? Let's talk about what has happened since. What is it like working with a team?
Oh, everyone is so sweet and so knowledgeable. I'm always so impressed when I interact with any kind of business owner who has a team where everyone seems like they know, like they're on the same page. And your team just seems so cohesive and like everyone's on the same page. They know what you're doing. You never have a moment of feeling like you're just a random student. No. It's like you're an important individual in this community, and that's so, so important.
That is the number one thing that's most important to me and my team is that every single person is the priority. Like that's what we want you to feel. And the way that we do that is we are very, very intentional. every single person that enrolls in our program, we're like, this is the person, this is who they are. Like we talk about it and we care. And so we have 10 full-time teammates now. Did you know this?
Whoa, I didn't know that. Wow.
We have things to catch up on. So I have 10 full-time teammates, 3 part-time, like contractors.
Yeah.
And soon to be probably 11 or 12 full-time people. Wow. And I was sitting at that retreat that I was just at, and someone asked about the team, and they actually, like, I had a little round table. I said, ask me or the team anything. And so they were asking the team questions, and it was just so special because they are as bought in. I'll tell you what the question was. It's like, how, when you're scaling a business, how are you going to make sure that your team doesn't want to just kind of like take everything you're doing and just do their own business? And I was like, that was a fair question. And they sat there and they were essentially like, that's just not what we've thought about. Like, we feel a part of this.
Yeah.
Like, we are growing a business, are we not? Like,
yeah.
It's like they so truly felt like, I know, it made me cry. I'm like sitting here watching the sun go down, but it's like they truly know that they are a part of this. And they're not just a person, but a part. And it was just so cool. And that is what we're working to create. And I know you're creating that too. So tell me, since the VIP day, what have your results been? I think you've grown your team a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so tell me about it.
Yeah, so when I went to the VIP day with you, I literally was doing everything myself, which included, like, if anyone works in healthcare, like verification of benefits, calling insurance companies. Not fun to do.
All of it, all the things.
Yeah, I did all those things. And I was able to hire someone. I hired her just like as an independent contractor at first to do those VOBs for me and different things like that. And then as things kind of picked up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need you to, help me more. And it was funny because at first she was like, I don't really, I want to be with my baby. I want to be at home. I don't really want to do this. But I think after seeing things, like, she's like, okay, hang on. Like, this actually has some, like, I want to be part of this. And so she was my first full-time employee. And she's the best. If she's watching this, Haley's my favorite person. She's so awesome. And then we have hired, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 team members now. So I have 4 IBCLCs who work with us, then 2 LCs who they're, everyone's like a lactation expert and professional, just different. Like,
so for those of you, IBCLC, you have 4 of those.
Yes.
What does that stand for?
So International Board-Certified Lactation Consultant.
Okay, versus Lactation LC.
Yeah, a CLC is just like a Certified Lactation Consultant or counselor, like just a different, like pedigree or whatever you want to say. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so you since the VIP day have added 6 people.
Yes.
How much time has it been? Let me look at the date. Okay, so it's September now. Mm-hmm. When was our VIP day?
May 1st.
So in 4 months, you've hired 6 people.
Yes.
That's exciting. How do you feel?
Awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. No, I can take time off from my business, which is nice. I can step away and things. I mean, like I said, Haley, my director of operations, is like superstar. So I literally can like step away and, be with my family.
That makes me so happy. That's why we do it. Oh, I'm so happy. You deserve that. You work so hard to get to this place. So what are you feeling right now?
I mean, just a lot of gratitude really to you and everything that you've done. I was like, knew I was gonna cry. I'm like the biggest baby. And if I see anyone else, and I've already cried today at the sales.
Oh my God, so you're at the second time.
I'm already like, oh. But yeah, no, just being able to have that ability to be with my family, because otherwise entrepreneurship is hard and you can really miss out on so much that it's like, is this worth it? But with this, it's given me the ability to be like, it is worth it. And I know that I have like the ability to keep going and not burn out, as I'm sure you've experienced with, building a business. It's a lot to do all those things. So it has really given me so much like peace and time and just freedom, which is just such a blessing. I'm so grateful for that.
I just wanted to remind you really quickly that if you haven't joined the Win with Paid Ads Challenge, the doors are closing soon. And just as a refresher, this is 5 days of you and or someone on your team learning my 5-part strategy to scale your paid ads. So day 1 is messaging, which is what you say and how you say it. Day 2 is setting, which is all the different places you can place your ads. Think Google Ads versus YouTube, Meta, or TikTok. Day 3 is targeting, which is how you can get in front of your exact right person. Day 4 is testing, so you can know what to test and how to improve your ads. And day 5 is scaling and profiting and how you can 10x whatever you're spending on your ads now so that you can have more profit and return and impact, which is ultimately what you want, right? So click the link below, and I cannot wait to see you in the Win with Paid Ads Challenge.
So many people, you hear that their business grows and you hear that they're hiring. And so often that means they're just more slammed.
Yeah.
Because now they have more team, they have more clients. But hearing that you have not only scaled your revenue and scaled your team, but that you can step away this week and even be here.
Oh yeah.
That is huge.
Yeah.
It also says a lot about you. That people like want to do that for you and are excited to. And you're helping way more moms. Like on average, let's talk about numbers so I don't keep crying. How many leads do you feel like you're getting a week on average?
So Google is exciting. Like I said, sometimes you can make it have hiccups, but if I can stay out of its way.
Yeah, truly. Sometimes you really do have to let it go. It's
Yeah,
like we look for things to be hard and I'm like, I just need to not touch it.
So if I let it run, we usually bring in about like, I would say 25 to 30 like new booked appointments a week. So I track booked appointments. I don't track anything else because it just would be too confusing. So that's what I decide to track. Because the way our funnel works is that's what we provide one-on-one care. So that's what we count. So yeah, like 30 new moms a week, which is so awesome. Like around about that amount, which is just so amazing to know that those to know that many people we get to support them is so nice.
So cool. So what are you going to do when it's 300 a week?
Oh, man, need a bigger team, that's for sure. Yeah, because the ladies who work for me, they're like, I think coming into it, they were thinking like, probably some skepticism, like, okay, how is this going to work? Like, Are we really going to get leads? Because a lot of IBCLCs, they join practices and the leads are super inconsistent, which I'm sure is like a thing for a lot of different industries. And these ladies are like, okay, like we're really busy.
They are really people.
Yeah, really busy, which is so awesome. And we need to hire more people. So if you're an IBCLC listening to this.
And if you're a mom and you're listening to this too and you need lactation support, Amber is your person. And we'll have the link below this episode. So is your goal to like just keep scaling Google?
Oh yeah, definitely. Google is fun because you have to be slow, so it makes you patient. I am really excited. Slow as in like you can't ramp up your budget too fast.
You don't want to go too. Google's the one that I'm like, don't make too many drastic changes.
Yeah. So I'm taking my time there. But I'm really excited now that I have the capacity to really dive into things like Meta and YouTube and TikTok and other places where I know moms are who aren't yet like maybe even solution aware or might not even be like problem aware really, to realize that what they really need is support. Because I think a lot of moms, if they're not just, how women are, if we're not like absolutely struggling, we don't like to ask for help. Yeah. So I want to be able to get in front of these women and like just stop them from ever having to be that mom up crying at 2 a.m. looking for me. So I'm really excited about that.
Me too. And I think that's one of the things that makes what we do different than what everybody else does, besides the heart that me and my team have behind what we do, is we don't just do Google ads.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's exciting for you too, is your business. Let's talk numbers for just a second. Yeah. Can you share like revenue, or if you're open to sharing revenue, what were revenue numbers prior to working together versus revenue numbers-ish now?
This is going to make me get emotional again.
Oh, God.
When I went to the acquisition.com event, I opened my notebook and I'd written in there, like, what would $50,000 a month Amber do? Because I literally couldn't. That was, like, the biggest number I could think of. I didn't think that was possible.
$50,000 a month?
Yeah. And, like, we hit that in, like, no time after working with you, which was so crazy. Yeah, I was just like, how is that even possible? So, no. So now, like, we had our first, 6-figure month. The month, like, in August. Yeah, so I'm like, what month is it?
August was your first 6-figure month.
Yeah, which was so crazy. So I'm like, I got to write a bigger number now.
You do.
So that was it was just, like, one of those God moments of, like, I didn't even remember writing that. I'd grabbed the notebook thinking it was empty, and that was like the first thing written on it, which was so crazy. Because like at that event, because I think that's what you asked us. You're like, what would that be? And I was like, ooh, what's a crazy number that could never happen? And it was just, it's amazing that that's what paid ads can do, is let you, like, something that you thought was completely impossible. It just opens your mind to so much more opportunity that you didn't. I mean, that it's there. It's just hard to get in front of people if you don't know how to do it.
If you don't know how to do it. And the thing is, you're so good and so skilled at what you do. You're just the person that knew you were going to figure out until you did. It didn't happen instantly. You kept going. And my goal for you and every single person that I get to work with, and when you, I know if you're not here in this room with me and Amber right now, like, her heart is like so full right now. And I remember when I had my first 6-figure month too, and I was just like, what planet am I living on? This is the most insane thing I've ever felt. And you're right. I literally had to reframe my brain and rewire it on what is possible. Yeah, definitely. Because we all have our conditioning about what is possible. And I think it's really easy to see other people doing things and you're like, oh, well, that's worked for them. It could never work for me. Totally. But I feel like the people in your mastermind and everyone, it's like everyone there is
they're so welcoming that it makes you feel like it's possible for you too, which is so awesome. And you have people in your mastermind who like run the gamut in terms of revenue. Some like really impressive women. And I think that's the biggest thing that's so good for you as a business owner is to be around people who are, obviously doing better than you, but who are doing better than you and are like, come on, like you can do it too. Like that kind of an energy, which is so awesome.
There are some people who truly at the core that they're like, they can't be happy for someone else. And they feel like you winning takes away from their ability to.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, and it's not you. And that it is like such an honor to be able to be that person. That's why when I voice messaged you every time, I was like, Amber, even though I believe in your business, like the thing that I'm good at and gifted at is I was like, I believe in this person. I was like, she freaking does the work. She will not stop. And you've done that.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. This is so fun. I'm going to cry the whole time. Poor Robert's sitting here filming our thing. If you're watching on YouTube, Robert's is like, God, there's a bunch of estrogen here. But what I can say is like, it is money is emotional.
Oh yeah. Especially for women. I feel like we have a lot of, at that scaling workshop, everyone's like, oh, what's your revenue? What's your revenue? And I feel like for women, we're so scared to talk about that.
Yeah.
But I think it's really important. We're allowed to want money too.
We're allowed.
It's a noble cause to do what we're good at and to serve people well. Because like I feel like the impact you're making is, the income that you get from that. Those things line up. So like it's not like we're just after money for money. It's
for what money can do
exactly.
for our lives and the people's lives too.
For sure.
And the thing is now because of money, you get to invest in other people and help their families have money.
I know.
You're helping
I love
these moms.
that.
Like that. It is so incredible. You talk about what money can do. So one of the things that it gave me the opportunity to do recently is this is the first month that this has happened for me. But Kyle and I actually got to, through this company, we got to have our first 5-figure donation to a company. Oh. And it is to a counseling company because I truly believe that my husband and I wouldn't be married without his counselor. Oh. And so we are the official sponsors of this event. And when the person messaged me back, she was like, I can't even believe, this level of generosity is the largest we've ever had. That's why, gosh, all this matters. Like ads can do cool things. It helps Amber. It helps those moms. We got to be a donation to allow people that can't afford counseling get counseling.
Oh, that's
the level of counseling that Kyle got. Like we always joke, Dr. Phil, if you ever listen to this, freaking Dr. Phil. His name is Dr. Phil, but it's not the Dr. Phil, but it's our the. I was
like, whoa.
It's not really, but it's his name is Dr. Phil, and Kyle's met with him every week for a couple of years now. And like, if you don't have money, you can't give 5-figure investments to what you believe in and help other people.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So that's why I don't talk about just money as often on this podcast, but I want to say it is about money. It is about what money can do when you do the right thing and you're a good person. You're not just going to take it and go crazy. You've blessed so many people with what you're doing.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Just like your team, I'm sure they're so grateful for you and you've changed so many lives with them and their families. And yeah, no, money is a powerful tool. And I believe that it's I think it's completely biblically aligned to desire that for yourself, not to get off on that tangent, but I think a lot of women, they feel funny about that. But no, money is not just, so you can stack it up like a dragon or something. It's so you can make impact and help people and do things like what you're doing. Like that's going to be so impactful. And you just thinking about the people's lives that's going to affect and all of that is amazing.
Yeah, it is. So cool. So remind me one more time because I want to get this right in my brain. What was your average revenue, would you say, in January when we met? Per month.
It's gonna sound really I feel like barely $10,000.
Okay, so about $10,000 a month, and that was January of this year. It's September, and you've now had 6-figure months now.
Yep. And it went up over time. And businesses, it's always exciting. Things
up and down.
Yeah, things happen. But yeah, it was very much okay, the more I've invested, and I think that's the thing that I've really had to work on, looking at your numbers in your business. A lot of times people, when they're carrying, if you pay for something on a credit card, you can feel like, oh, this is an expense, but really investing, it's, if I would have thought about it that way, I would have never spent that money and I would have never gotten to where I am now. And just to think of how much that would have cost me, just pales in comparison, the investment just pales in comparison to the potential loss of not having done that. So that really can freak you out if you ever want to reframe investing in that way.
ChatGPT just cost me a sale this week.
Oh no.
You want to know why?
Yeah, definitely.
Because someone said, hey, should I, ChatGPT made me a sale because someone did ask, is this ads with Ashley real? And they were like, yes, ads with Ashley's experience. And I was like, thank you. And so they did. But this other person asked ChatGPT and ChatGPT was like, no, you just need to spend more. Just spend more on what you're already doing. And here's what I'm saying about this. You had an average of $10,000 a month coming in, let's say in January. it was a little bit illogical if you just write down the facts. Should I pay, let's round and say $30,000 for something when I make $10,000 a month? It's like, that is you're like, that is 3 months of money. And so ChatGPT does not have a heart.
No.
ChatGPT has a database.
Yeah.
And data, sometimes the most illogical thing is the very thing that you should do.
Oh, definitely.
You know?
Yeah,
I'm like,
sure.
when I invested, it was illogical. I didn't have the money. I had to borrow a bunch. And I think it's just so, and I don't know if this is the right word, but like, if anticipatory is a word, it's like the person who anticipates, that is you, and that is why you're so successful.
I
Like
think you can say that for you too, though, because you've made some crazy investments in your business where you've bet on yourself, where it maybe all the numbers didn't make sense. So, and I think that's a thing that's really important, is like, you definitely have done all of the things. Like, it's not like you were just, we're born and we're just like a
wildly
business,
successful.
yeah, right, business guru. So and that's always made me feel a lot better when you were sharing your story of the things that you'd done, where you'd like cornered your husband in the shower. I think was that the
Sure
story?
did.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's really lovely to align yourself with people who have been where you are, and it makes it a lot easier to see that success for yourself when we can see you having done such a beautiful job of modeling it.
You're so great, Amber. For anybody listening, do you have any I don't know, just tips about, if you could look back and look at this year and the decisions you've made, and you could encourage someone and say, these are the few things I would think about when it comes to advertising, when it comes to learning a skill, or when it comes to just getting in the room with other smart people, what is your opinion and perspective that you could encourage them with?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say, remember that you either pay for things with time or money. And so you want to use that well, and your time is valuable. And I think sometimes people think like, oh, I can just learn it on the weekends and nights. But as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, you have to value your time. And so sometimes it is a lot more affordable to invest in having someone go along with you rather than trying to do it yourself.
Yeah.
For sure. And as far as specific things for ads, start out spending more money on Google, like be aggressive. I don't think that like a lot of the stuff you see online where it's like, oh, just spend a couple dollars a day.
No, not for you.
I don't think that that's a good idea. So on a more practical sense, that would be like, spend as much money as you can in the beginning, because you can get data faster.
Yeah, it really is about speed of acquiring data.
Yeah.
When someone says, how long should I wait for me to make a change with my ads? My first question is, well, how much data are we talking?
Yeah.
Are you spending $300 a day or $3?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really
sure.
good tangible piece of advice too.
Yeah.
I feel like you were very quick to like up your budget once you saw some momentum working.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And I remember you complimented me on how much I was spending, because at first I was like, I don't really know, but I'm just going to do this amount because it seems okay. And so that was nice. That was encouraging.
I love it. Amber, anything else you would share about, I don't know, just working with the team or being a part of this VIP day or anything that you've had?
Yeah, the VIP day, I would say hands down, is like the best investment I've made in my business, because of course the program has been awesome, the community's awesome, but just being able to really get in the room with the right people, being you and your team, it was just so impactful. You guys caught stuff. Meredith is amazing. She caught things that like I didn't know about, and you guys gave me such practical feedback, not just on the ads, but on like the funnel and the client experience, like the user experience, such important things that sometimes when you're in your business, you might not notice. So it was not even just like add things that added a lot of value for us across time. So it was really awesome start to finish.
Thank you. All right. Well, if you are a mom listening to this and you either maybe you're even expecting soon, you want to try to breastfeed or pump, you just want some support, Amber and her team at the Latch Link are absolutely incredible. So we'll link to everything Amber has below this episode. And if you are a certified lactation consultant listening and you are looking to be a part of something so special that impacts a lot of moms, you also get in contact with Amber. And last but not least, if you would like to take the first step in having the success that Amber has had, I would love to encourage you to join the Win with Paid Ads Challenge. That content that we deliver in those 5 days could change your life and change your business. And this is the very reason what Amber just shared on this episode is why I wake up excited every day to get to do what I do, because we can help you become findable, just like all these moms that were searching for exactly what Amber and her team have to offer. So we will see you on the next episode. Thank you, Amber.
Thank you so much.
So great. I have to hug you.